What's going on, guys? It's Jerome, your boy, and this is the RPO College Football Podcast. I'm here with my guy, the man, the myth, the legend. You already know who he is, Mr. Ray Roberts. How you doing, sir?
I'm good, Jerome. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. Doing great. College football is right around the corner. It just uh, less than a month from now, right?
Yep.
Right. We're here. We're here. Like I'm excited, right? I don't know about you, but I'm excited. How you been feeling about just the atmosphere? Because now we got NFL training camps just started yesterday, I believe. At least most of them were yesterday. All of them were today, at least. College football is right around the corner. Kids are gonna start going back into their dormitories soon, and it's just an exciting time right now. We got fantasy football about to start up with Inside the Hashes. Super excited about that. The app is just coming. You just feel it. How is your feelings on everything right now, right?
Really good. Basically, we're basically a month away from the season starting. So,
Right. Yeah, and I know a lot of people don't like preseason, but we're gonna be excited about that. At least that first game or two. The first week of preseason, we get a little excited. You get to see a little something. It's not much, but you'll see a little something. Gets to get a little taste of stuff.
yeah, people will watch the first game, and then
Yeah,
they'll go back whenever they're told some of the starters will play a little bit, and then they'll watch that. And then we'll go back to normal football.
Yeah, I think it's great. Now we only got 3 preseason games, so that's awesome. I think it's cool because now we got like a week from now, the first preseason game is, I believe, which is cool. That's ramping up, and like I said, all the other stuff that's coming on, man, is just great to have some football. It's been a long time coming. I feel like after the draft, we had a little bit of excitement after the draft for maybe 2 weeks, and then everything just went downhill. And you know how the summer is, man. Once football season ends, and then you got basketball, you can kind of pay attention to a little story still here and there with football, and then all of a sudden, basketball season ends, and just what now for at least a month and a half, 2 months. So it's just exciting.
Well, if you're a baseball fan, you could get involved in that. I mean, I am a baseball
So
fan.
early though, I still feel like so early with baseball.
I wish that the Phillies were a better team, but I'm a baseball fan, so
Yeah, not big. I'm not big on baseball. I do support Philly though. From the Philadelphia area. So shout out to Philly and you guys up there. But let's just get right into our what we doing for the next couple of weeks, and that is going to be we are going to be ranking players. Now we haven't got to rank players. We did uh, drafted players right before the draft. We did school. We did the schools. We did coaches last week. Now we're gonna actually get into the players by position. So we're gonna start off with obviously the number one position and football, which is the top 10 quarterbacks of the 2002 season. Now this is based on what you think they're gonna do for the season, not based on what they already did. So you can that don't mean not discredit what they already did, but what's your future thoughts on this? So Ray, we're gonna get right into it. I got my list. Ray, I know you got your list. And I'm gonna start it off right because I'm gonna start off with a 10, and I actually got a 10A and 10B because I couldn't decide between these two guys, honestly, and I feel like I had to squeeze them in. So I'm
cheating
thinking,
again, man.
I Ray, since you started that trend, Ray, and
Yeah,
I know every time you get on here,
and everybody complained about it so much, I stopped doing it.
You're right, and then everybody started doing it because literally, as soon as you stopped, I started doing it. We bring on the guests; they started doing it. I'm just like, what's like? That's funny, but let's do it because again, I can. These two guys, I felt like I had to put them in there. I'm gonna do 10B because again, this is a guy that, and I've been saying this all off season, all during last season, a guy that I had high hopes on last off season. I said that he might be my Heisman candidate. Obviously, he went nowhere near there. Ray, you know who I'm about to say?
I don't, unless you're talking about Keaton Slovis.
No, DJ Ukulele. Oh man,
Really?
I had it.
You have him as a top 10 quarterback?
Yes, I do. I still have high hopes for him. I think that they're going to be better this year. I just feel like they lost a lot last year when Trevor Lawrence left, the running back left, and ETN, a couple of the receivers, things like that. I feel like he's going to be a little bit more comfortable in the offense now, and I feel like the pressure of my guy Caden is going to make him play better. So I do have him in my top 10, mainly because I didn't want to drop him super hard. Also, being that I believe I had him a number 1 or maybe 2 last year, last off season. So I didn't want to drop him like totally off the face of the earth because I do still see some greatness in him. The offensive line was definitely a problem, and I don't want to put all that on him. The offensive line was definitely a problem. So I'm gonna let you get into DJ because it sounds like you don't have him on your list at all. But my next 10A is Cam Ryzen from Utah, a guy that I feel like is gonna be not talked about enough. And I think that with these two guys, I feel like I had to put him in my top 10 because DJ, I seen potential in him in the first few years, and Cam is no pun intended, but I feel like he's rising, and that greatness in him, and the more comfortable he is in this offense, I think he's going to get better and better. So I had to squeeze him in. Ray, you want to say anything about those two guys?
I do have Cam Rising just outside my top 10. I would if I would have went with a 10B, I may have had him in there.
Yeah.
I like DJ, but I have to see it on the field before I can put him in my top 10.
I hear you.
I mean, I understand he does have a lot more talent than his team allowed him to show that last year. Yeah. But part of that was coaching, was what surprised me. They acted like they had Trevor Lawrence still in the field, doing a lot of zone read and stuff. Like, no, that's not this kid's game.
Yeah,
you need to pound the rock and throw it deep. That's what this kid will do. And when I see him do that, I think he's going to be a good player. But I have to see
and just the way that I'm blanking on the coach's name. Clemson's coaches. Help me, Rick. Help me.
Oh, you're killing me now, man.
Well, Clemson's coach.
Dabo Sweeney.
There you go. Dabo Sweeney. The way he was talking at the ACC media day made me really feel like he's putting his trust in DJ, and he kind of felt like he did him wrong in a sense.
I agree with what you're saying, but I also agree that they brought in 2 other quarterbacks and show me, don't tell me. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, Cade was already going to be committed there anyway, and he is always going to be that guy. And I said it before the season. After the season too, is that there might be a chance that DJ only plays 4 games and Cade might come in. I really still think that's a possibility, even though I have him in my top 10. I still think that's a possibility. Depends. I mean, if DJ don't play, I mean, I don't know, because now with the new rules with the red shirting, you can have Cade play four games, I believe it is, without messing up his red shirt. So he's gonna play some way, I believe, this year at least. And it depends if DJ don't come out strong, and they play Notre Dame, right?
No, I don't think they play week 1. Ohio State plays Notre Dame for week 1.
Yeah, they play somebody pretty good, I believe, their first game. So that's going to be a big test.
Usually they don't do that, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think they do, if I'm not mistaken. But I could be mistaken. Go ahead, Ray. I'll let you continue what you was saying about the 2 quarterbacks, though.
I mean, I like both. I like Rising. And, again, I like DJ's talent. I just didn't like what I saw last year from the coaching staff or from him, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The first game is against Utah State.
Oh, okay, yeah, like that good.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think, again, I like DJ, but until I see him and know what they're going to do with him on the field,
Yeah.
So.
No, I agree. All right, Ray, let's get your number 10.
I have Dylan Gabriel from Oklahoma as my number 10 quarterback. Now, this is me going on what he was 2 years ago and not last year necessarily.
Yeah.
He played okay for the amount of snaps he got last year.
Yeah.
But and I'm not a huge fan because he's a kid who I believe he went to Central Florida or South Florida.
South Florida.
Okay, he used to badmouth Notre Dame quite a bit.
I'm sorry, Central. You're right, Central
Florida. Right, yeah. He used to badmouth Notre Dame quite a bit back then. So I won't ever forgive him for that. But I still don't forget that in 2 seasons he threw 61 touchdowns and 11 picks.
Yeah,
so he's position, So
yeah,
easy to call him.
Yeah, I don't have him in my top 10 for the simple reason that you said you kind of banking on him for 2 years ago. He's on a new team. He's on a team that lost a lot of talent because of Lincoln Riley moving. I still think they'd be a solid team. I think I had them ranked pretty high in my top 25. Oh, or not high, but I had them ranked in my top 25 this year. I don't think they're going to be that great like they were, like they're supposed to have been actually last year. But I don't think I think he's right in that 12, 13, 14-ish range, which I respect that you have him at 10. I have him in that kind of range too. Like you say, banking on kind of what he could be, but I kind of look around him as well, and it kind of makes me kind of about him. So, all right, Ray, let's get to number 9. I'm going to let you do this one first.
Okay, number 9, I have Tyler Van Dyke from Miami. I think that he's a kid that has traits now. Do I need him to improve on reading defenses? I do, because it's not a strength for him last year. But I did see a kid with some juice. It came in and gave Miami a spark at the end of the year. So we'll see. Projecting a little bit here, but he has the size, 6'4", 225. He's got some arm strength. I need him to develop a little bit more of touch, and I need him to play smarter in the pocket. But I do see traits there that maybe can work for him.
Yeah. Right. I am actually have him higher. So okay. I'm banking on him a little bit higher than you are, but we'll get into that. My number 9 is Devin Leary from NC State. I think he's a good solid quarterback, at least a good college quarterback. I do want to see a little bit more from him. I believe this is his junior year he's going into, if I'm not mistaken. So he's still early in developing and stuff like that also, but I do think he's gonna take that leap. He showed some things last year that made me want to at least root for him and think he's worthy of the top 10. So that's who I have right there.
I have him higher than that, Jerome.
Okay. Hey man, that's what I like about these lists. I don't like when we agree too much. So.
I think NC State is a good offense. I think that he played really well at first spurts last year. Yeah. Again, I need him to develop more of a pocket presence and stay off of that first read a little bit more. But I think he put up nice numbers, and I think NC State is a pretty solid team. So I think we'll probably have at least the same numbers or better this year. So,
yeah. All right, I'm gonna go with number 8 with this one, Ray, and I'm gonna go with KJ Jefferson from Arkansas. I got him at 8. I like him. He's a really solid guy. I want him to do a little bit more in the passing game. But with Arkansas, they are more of a running team anyway. So we're going to see. I mean, I don't think there's going to be a huge jump for him. But also, I think that, the running game will set him up a lot, which he should be able to take advantage of. And it's going to make him look a lot better. So I like KJ. I'm not downplaying him or his skills or like that, but it is a run-first offense, so we'll see how that translates.
Honestly, Jerome, I have him a little higher than you do.
Okay.
So he will be in my top 10, and also he's what DJ should be in Clemson's offense.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Run the ball, throw the ball deep. If nothing's there, tuck it, get that 5-10 yards. Yep. Don't think that you could spread everything out and get 20 yards. He's not Trevor Lawrence, man.
Correct.
He's good, but he's not Trevor Lawrence. You know what I mean?
I agree.
Number 8, I have Sam Hartman from Wake Forest. I had a really good year last year. Wake Forest runs a really good hybrid type of an offense. They do a lot of things with their backs. It's a nice offense. He threw 39 touchdowns. They throw 14 picks. I like them to decrease that number a little bit. But I think if they would spend a little bit more balance, maybe you would see that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I agree. The 14 picks definitely kind of weighed on me a little bit with Wake Forest and him. And it wasn't just like regular picks. A lot of them were just like boneheaded picks, honestly.
They were.
So that's why I don't have them in my top 10. Which, hey, this what we think. And you had them at 8. So it's not like you had them real high. You had them at 8. So
no, I think he's a nice functional athlete with a good solid platform.
Correct.
That's the problem, though. When he plays with a good, solid platform underneath of him, He has his balance. He's fine. He does try to do things out of structure sometimes that get him in trouble.
Yeah.
No,
No, I agree. All right, Ray, let me get your number 7.
I have Grayson McCall from Coastal Carolina.
Hey, we got one.
A little over 2,800 yards, 27 touchdowns, only 3 picks.
Yeah.
Again, a nice, functional, good size kid with a solid arm. I like Sam Hartman. I'm a fan.
I'm a huge fan of
McCall.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of McCall as well. Inside the Hash is always looking at Coastal Carolina guys.
I know you like your Coastal Carolina guys, man.
No, we do. And McCall's definitely one I've been trying to get an interview for since he was a freshman. Kid came in and just played very well. The reason why they've been so successful in the last couple of years. The only thing about McCall is that I can't have him higher is that they don't play enough competition for me. And when he did play competition, he struggled a little bit last year. Like the first, I think this is his junior year, if I'm not mistaken. So his first year, he did well against good competition. When we had BCU, they played BCU, and it was going back and forth. I forgot the other schools that they played. They played very well. Now, last year it was like, all right, he's playing Appalachian State. He kind of struggled in that game. I believe the last 2 or 3 games he kind of struggled in those games. So I want him to. He didn't do bad as far as throwing picks, and he had a lot of a lot of touchdowns. But I want to see him, play better against the better competition now because he not that he played bad, he just struggled a little bit. Like you see, he was kind of like maybe he was trying to force it a little bit. When you after your freshman year and you think you can do whatever, and then that competition comes and you kind of try to force it a little bit, then it doesn't translate as well on the field. So I do want to see a little bit more step up from him, and I think he will, and I still think he will be a top, not top, but maybe a top 10, drafted quarterback this upcoming year. I really like him. I really do like him a lot. It's just the competition level and just playing against that competition level.
I mean, but the thing is that Appalachian State is probably the game he probably had one of his worst games.
Yeah,
but they are the best team in that conference. So.
Correct.
I mean, I mean, yes, I'd rather see him play well against those teams, which he didn't play, but he still only lost the game by a field goal. So it wasn't.
No, and he like I said, he didn't play bad. He just didn't feel comfortable like he usually do. Usually he goes out there and he just looked comfortable. In those games, he was just like missing a little bit more than normal, So I'm not trying to knock him. I have him in my top 10 to be a Coastal Carolina team. Hey man, that's saying a lot. So all right, at number 6, Ray, I got Hayden Hooker. Oh, you want to say something?
No.
Oh, I got Hayden Hookerson right here. From Tennessee. A guy I like him a lot. I like his athleticism. I do want to see a little bit more from him, but I do think that he can actually be in my top 4, honestly, this year. I just knocked him down a little bit because I like the potential of the next 2 guys a little bit more. But Hayden Hookerson, he could have been 4 or 5 if it's real close. Like these next 3 guys are really close, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah, I actually had him higher than that, so I'll get to him in a little bit later. But at my number 6, I have KJ Jefferson. I think again a big, strong kid with solid athlete. Does a lot. He actually had over 600 yards rushing, 6 touchdowns, 2,600 yards passing, and 21 touchdowns, only 4 picks. Solid year there. If there's anything I wish he would do is he overthrows deep passes sometimes.
Yeah,
and that should be his game though, because he has a very strong arm. But he overthrows guys. Little more touch under that. And this kid,
Carson Wentz on him, like
he does.
The thing about Carson was he can get it there, but he can't.
Yeah, if he could just clean that up a little bit, though, man, this is a draftable quarterback, and maybe early second day. So
no, I agree. Yeah, you got him only 2 spots higher than me, so I respect the spot.
Mm-hmm.
I do. All right, Ray, you got number 5. Who you got there?
I have Keller Williams from USA. we know how he was a good, solid player last year at Oklahoma. But and I expect him to improve and be that guy. This one, I like the kid. I don't like the idea that they let him transfer like that in one season.
Yeah.
That's
I hate that.
That's
I agree. I hate that fact too. I have him a little bit higher, and I'll explain why once we get to him. I'll explain once we get to him. I got a little higher, but I do like what you're saying about him. I do think he has that upside on. I don't like that he was able to, transfer, but hey, it is what it is, and can't knock him too much about that. So.
No, I mean, he's doing what he feels is best for himself, so I don't have a problem with that. I just
and plus he was going with his coach, So.
Right, exactly. I just think the rules in the league itself
need
to be tightened up a little bit. That's all.
Definitely. All right, before I get to my number 5, guys, if you're checked in with us on YouTube Live, first and foremost, thank you. We do appreciate you being on here. Second, if you want to put in your comments, we're talking about our top 10 quarterbacks. We're going to do our top 10 wide receivers right after this. If you have any comments or anything you want to say to us about the subject, something you're saying, definitely put it in the comment section below. We put it on the screen and answer it for you. So thanks for everybody that's in there right now. All right, number 5 for me is a guy that you already talked about, and that is Tyler Van Dyke. And that's a lot about his potential. I think he has a lot of potential. There's a reason why he got over Eric King. I mean, Eric King was supposed to be the guy, the one that's supposed to make Miami that team, and then he took over, and then you started seeing some spark from Miami last year. No, it wasn't perfect. He was still young, but I think he is one of those guys that are going to be really change this program. I really do. And Miami just got a couple of more commits today that were crazy. They got some linebacker. They got some crazy linebackers right now. So the defense is going. I mean, we're talking about years from now, but I think that he's going to be able to. And I think this is his junior year as well. If he stays, I think that Miami got something brewing. And I think he's going to have a really good year this year.
I'm a fan. I just need to see a little more from him before I would put him in my top 5. That's all.
No, I hear you. All right, number 4, I got Will Levy at number 4 right here, Ray. I have him at number 4 simply because I think the weapons he has are not the greatest, but I think that he himself is going to make them better than they actually are. He's going to be a guy probably going to be drafted really high this year, and I'm very looking forward to seeing him. I love his pocket presence, strong arm, big guy, big tall guy. He's exactly what NFL scouts are looking for, somebody, a big sturdy quarterback, and I think he's that. And I would love to see him step up even more this year and make Kentucky, not a contender. I don't think they're gonna be a contender, but make them, him noticeable in this. So, he remind me of, and I hate to say this, but he remind me of not Coach Strange, the quarterback that Eagles got now.
Quarterback that not Hurts. Carson Strong.
Carson Strong, yeah.
Strong.
Yeah, he reminds me of Carson Strong a lot, actually. But I think he's a little bit better between the ears, honestly. But he reminds me of Carson Strong, which is kind of scary to say that because he wasn't good in the NFL process. But Carson Strong was a good quarterback in college, at least. So
he was a very good quarterback in college.
Yeah.
He was nice arm. Did have some injury concerns.
Yeah, that was a big thing. Yeah.
So that was not good. Plus, he's not the most athletic guys, and teams tend to like athletic quarterbacks at this time.
Correct.
So, but I mean, he definitely has upside. You know what's funny? I don't have Will Levis in my top 10.
Did you forget about him?
I didn't forget about him, man. But I was like, as a draftable player, I have him as a top guy. But as a college quarterback,
really,
he's had one good year. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, I could. I mean, thinking about it now, I could see why you say that. Like the Memphis. I mean, sorry, not Memphis.
My
the
concern
team itself is not helping them. The team itself is definitely not helping.
I think he's a talented kid.
Yeah.
But I need to see more consistency. I need to is he going? My concern is he going to be this year's? For some reason, I can't remember the quarterback from Oklahoma last year that transferred to.
Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, is he this year's Spencer Rattler?
Ugh.
Is he this year's Spencer Rattler?
Ugh. Ugh. I hope you don't have Spencer Rattler in your top 10.
I don't. No. I actually, you know what, Jerome? I do expect him to be better this year because I think Spencer Rattler is a talented kid, just like I think Will Levis is a talented kid.
Correct.
I'm not sure here yet about either one of them.
I give you that. Okay. So who you got at number 4, Ray?
I have Devin Leary at number 4. I mean, again,
wow, we got him a lot higher than me.
Good, solid athlete. Kid threw for 3,500 yards last year, 35 touchdowns. I mean, I'm not talking about him on the next level. I'm talking about as a college quarterback.
Correct.
He's a good player, you know?
No, he is. No, I have him in my top 10. I have him at number 9, but you have him a lot higher than me, right? That's crazy.
I do.
Okay. All right, number 3. Who you got, Ray?
I have Hendon Hooker at number 3.
Okay.
I think he is a kid. I think Tennessee runs a good offense. I don't like Lane Kiffin, but I think he's a good offensive mind. I think this kid's going to have another big year. I do.
No, I agree with that. And I got my number 3 is actually Caleb Williams right here. Simply because same coach, so he's comfortable already. Got better receivers, better running backs, and the defense. I think the defense is what you got to worry about because I don't know if Oklahoma's defense and USC defense is a difference, honestly, because Oklahoma's defense was very underwhelming last year. But
plus they lost our best 2 defensive players in the draft this year.
Yeah, they did. So
my other question is this. How good is the team going to be this year?
Okay, so we did our top 25 teams, and I believe I had USC in top 10, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta revisit that.
I don't know if I had them in my top 10. I think they're probably really close to that. I know the media love them.
Yeah.
Oh, USC all day and all night.
Yeah.
I know. I remember.
Yeah,
I understand.
They do.
The guy had 1,900 yards last year and 21 touchdowns. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he was in and out of the lineup a lot because of Spencer Rattler too.
Does that make me feel better about him, or like?
I like. Look, I like
a while to beat out a guy that was a complete head case for the first half.
No, I hear you. I think that he has a lot of talent. He got the running ability. He uses his running smartly. That was the biggest thing I think about Rattler, that sometimes he get out the pocket way too early. I think he use it like in a good sense, and then like I said, the receivers he got, and we're gonna get into the receivers right after this, and there's a reason why I like him in his offense. But I think that with the talent, with the quarterback, well, he is quarterback, with the talent, with the coaching, I think that he's gonna be a better prospect this year than he was last year, simply because of those reasons, and he already used to the playbook. So I think that USC gonna be good. I think they're gonna be a good team. I'm not saying they're gonna be world beaters or anything like that, but I think they're gonna be good. And Keller Williams is probably gonna be in the Heisman runner-up. So. And
I am a fan of his talent.
Yeah.
I'm not sure the offensive line is going to help him out this year. I'm not.
I give you that. Okay. All right, number 3 for you, right? Who you got?
Number 3, 2. I just did Hendon Hooker as my number 3.
Oh, got you. I'm sorry.
Bryce Young. Who else would have? I mean, the next 2 are easy.
Yeah, but we got them reverse. I got CD Stroud right here.
That's fine. I mean, you can man. What do you want? You want the guy that's a little bit more of a polished passer, or you want the guy that's more athletic? Pick your poison. I'll take either one.
Yeah.
Be honest with you.
No, and I agree.
They both should be. They're both going to be top 10 picks, probably going to be top 5 picks.
Yep.
So
yeah, I got Bryce a little bit more. One, because he played a little bit more. Now this is his third year actually being able to play. He got I think he got a better arm. I think that he's a little bit more smarter. But both, I mean, like you're saying, right? These are 1 and 2, and both teams. I don't like either of these teams, so I'm not being biased at all. I will be a little bit biased against Ohio. A little bit more biased against Ohio State.
I was just going to bring up the Ohio State thing, but
hey, I'll bring it up for you guys.
Okay.
But I do think, in all seriousness, I think Bryce Young is going to have a little bit more success because Alabama always have the good running backs too, the really good running backs. Ohio State always have the better receivers, but you get a little bit more balance with Alabama. I think Alabama's tight end is better than Ohio State's. I keep forgetting which one's better, but I know both teams have good tight ends this year. Bama's offensive line always going to be better.
Latu is really good though. The tight end is Alabama has Latu is a really good tight end.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah,
and they actually stole Gibbs, so they have a really good running back too. Yep. So
they got from
that'll help them out. Like I say this, Bryce Young has a stronger arm. I'm not sure he's a better passer than Stroud though. I'm not. But I'll take either one of them. I'm fine.
No, I agree. It's very close between the two. Honestly, I'm a little bit more of a Bryce Young guy. He did win the Heisman last year, so we'll see if he can continue that. We'll see. But hey, you go either way with those guys. So that's our quarterbacks, top 10 quarterbacks. Ray, do you have anything else you want to say about those two guys?
No, I just said again a month away from the season, so let's go, man.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to see this, man. For real.
I'm tired of talking about it now, to be honest with you. I just want to go. Let's go.
Yes, sir. All right, let's migrate to the wide receivers. So I'll start off with this one, Ray. At number 10, I got Quentin Johnston from TCU. He showed some stuff. I'm always kind of weary about TCU's receivers because their quarterbacks are not always the best. I'm not gonna go there. Ray probably already know where I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna go there. But I do think he's a good wide receiver. I have a guy that I like a little bit better than him at number 9, which we'll talk about. But Johnson, I like him. I think he's gonna be a good receiver. He probably most likely will get drafted. But I think that I always get nervous about TCU guys. I'll give him the dues, and he played very well, but I get kind of scared with them. Right, who you got at 10?
At 10, I have Jermaine Burton from Alabama.
Okay,
a pretty talented kid. We're going speculation a little bit because he only put 26 balls last year, but he's a talented kid, and I see a lot of upside with him. So.
Yeah, I couldn't put him in my top 10 simply because the reason you say not a lot of production from him last year to be able to really give a good judgment. I do think he's getting thrown to by Bryce Young, so we'll see. He might be a lot better than we think, but I didn't see enough to be able to be like, yeah, he's a guy for me. So So Ray, who you got at number 9?
At number 9, I have Marvin Mims from Oklahoma.
Ooh, you got him way lower than me. Okay.
Yeah, I like him, man, but he only caught 32 balls last year.
Yeah.
So, I like Marvin Mims. I have him in my top 10. I thought about putting him a little higher. I know he's a draftable player, and he's speculated to go pretty high.
Yeah.
But I'm going to use what he's done in college as, a little bit of a barometer there. So.
No, I give it to you. I'll talk about Mims a little bit later on in the top 10, but yeah, I definitely have him higher than that. At number 9, a guy that I've been eyeing for a while. He's a 5-star wide receiver. I think he's. If I'm not mistaken, I might have said it last year, but I think this year he's gonna actually break out. Rakim Jared from Maryland. I think that Tua's little brother is ascending. I didn't have him in my top 10, but I think he's a top at least 20 to 15 range kind of quarterback, which is not bad in college football. That's really good actually. And I think Jakeem Jared was kind of getting hot last year, and I think he's gonna kind of run with that at the end of this year. So I have him at number 9.
Okay.
You have it 9, sir?
I have Quentin Johnston from TCU at 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, a little speculation because he did only catch 33 balls, but I see talent there.
Correct.
I'm just waiting to hope he can take that next step this year. That's all.
Yeah. No, 100%. I agree with that. Right, who you got 8?
I have AJ Perry from Wake Forest.
Okay.
Now, this kid is an exciting point of attack type of a kid. He's a true possession receiver is how he's going to win his battles. But he is 6'5", 210 pounds, too. So
yeah,
he does that part of the game very well. So
I will admit I don't have him on my top 10 simply because I don't watch a lot of Wake Forest. You would think I would, but I don't watch enough to understand how good the receivers are. I know they usually have a pretty good defense, and it was pretty good last year. So I'm gonna kind of wait and see to see how he does. I heard some good things about him, but personally, I don't watch enough Wake Forest to really know more about him, to be honest. So, all right, at number 8, I got, y'all help me with the name, Chiantu Thompson.
Thompson
from Virginia. Very talented receiver. I think he's fast, physical. A guy that I think he's going to ascend as a receiver this year. Again, it's Virginia, so we'll see. But I know a little bit more about him than I would be most other receivers. I think he's going to be a really good one.
I actually like him. I have him in my numbers is my number 7. So I like Thompson. Good football player. Again, another guy who's going to be a possession guy if that's going to be how he wins his battles. But good football player for sure. So
okay. Well, I'll get to my number 7 then. I got Mario Williams, not to be mistaken by the pass rusher, but the wide receiver from USC. And this is kind of why I feel like Keller Williams is going to be a good quarterback because he's got 2 really good wide receivers with him this year that are both in my top 10, obviously. So I'm about to say Keller Williams. Mario Williams getting thrown to by Keller Williams will be a good connection. And like I said, they got some talent at wide receiver position, which is why I said that I think Caleb Williams is going to succeed because not only that he got the quarterback whisperer, not only that he's comfortable in that playbook, but his 2 receivers are really, really good. And I like I said, I have both of them in my top 10.
I don't have either one of them in my top 10. So
what?
Neither one, dude.
Whoa. Okay.
Thanks.
Okay. All right. Okay. Who do you have at number 7 then?
At number 7, I had Jacob Cowling from Arizona.
Okay.
A definite speed guy, a guy who's has nice long range speed, quick too. Good football player. I have him at number 7. We're on or 6. 6.
No, 7.
7. Okay, 7. Yeah. Okay. Yep.
All right. So you have a 6 then.
What's that?
No. Hold on. I'm confused. Yeah, you had. Oh, sorry. You had Chiantu Thompson at 7. No.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ray. I'm sorry.
Keyshawn Thompson was number 7.
Okay.
I think I had Cowling at number 6.
Got you. Okay. Got you. All right. Number 6, I got Josh Downs from UNC. I think that he's a good quarterback. The quarterback there is he's serviceable. I think he's gonna be able to get the ball to him. He's best. I think he's their best offensive player, honestly. So
I am a fan of Josh Downs. I have him a little bit higher than you.
Okay.
My number 6, I have Keyshawn Butte from LSU. Again, more of a projection a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, but I do see a nice deep threat there. Scored 9 touchdowns, which is very solid, but still only had a little over 500 yards. So
Yeah, I agree. I have him higher based on potential. So just wanted to let you know that. All right, number 5, I got Xavier Worthy from Texas. I think that he's a good guy. He's getting thrown to by Quentin Ewerts, who we didn't have in our top 10 because we haven't seen him play a college down yet. But I do think he's a talented quarterback, and I think that Worthy's going to be his top target. He's going to have to be. But the thing about it is that Texas got those running backs, man. They're going to run those guys to the ground. If you don't do that, then you have an issue.
If they're smart, they will.
Exactly.
They're the best. Exactly. Dude, you can argue the running back is the best player in college football.
No, 100%.
Take away the top two quarterbacks, the top. Let me think. 3-4 receivers. He's as good as anybody in college football.
I agree. And next week we are going to get to running back tight ends, but I'm pretty sure he's going to be on the top of our list. Like just to spoil it right now.
I'm going to let you know he's going to be at the top of my list, man. He's going to be right.
He's going to be on top line.
That's right.
Right. Since he was a freshman, man, he was
correct.
So, yeah. I think he's going to be the top target for them when they do throw it. And that's another reason why I have him at 5. I don't have him higher than that because, I think that they're going to be a run-fat first team. But he's a talented wide receiver, so we'll see. Ray, who you got at 5?
I have Josh Downs at 5 from North Carolina.
Nice. Okay, one spot higher.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I mean, you can't argue with the production, man. He had 1,300 yards, 101 receptions.
Yeah.
You may argue that maybe at the next level, he's a little bit quicker and fast, and he's not extremely physical. Yeah. But as a college player, man, he gets it done. So,
Correct. All right, number 4, you got Ray.
At number 4, I have. Let me give you my number 4. I have Josh Downs. Oh, no, just AJ. No, Parker Washington from Penn State. Like Penn State receivers, I think he's a nice, good quality football player. I wish his quarterback was better. If he were, I think he'd be a little bit better. But I still like.
I don't have him in my top 10 because of the quarterback.
Honestly. I got that part, but I'm a fan. So
Ray, we both anybody that's been watching our podcast know how we feel about the quarterback, which I'm blanking his name right now.
Clifford.
Yeah, there you go. Sean Clifford.
Yep.
We're not fans of him as a quarterback, and it's obvious, and kind of wish he kind of moved on from the program this year, to be honest. So that was one thing, and then the fact that they had the Han Dotson on the team, which kind of let him be productive because the Han Dotson was going crazy at one point in the season, where there was like, all right, we gotta do something about this kid right here. Even though the quarterback wasn't a great, but the Han Dotson was a really good wide receiver. So, which freed up his other wide receiver, the one you just said, blanking his name. A lot.
Oh yeah, Washington.
Yeah, Washington.
Yeah.
So I just think that he should be. I mean, he'll be better. I think he'll be good this year. I just got that worry about the quarterback. They always been a running team first too, which because their quarterback. I mean, obviously, and then they had the Han Dotson last year, who was a really good wide receiver, an underrated wide receiver, I think actually. Even though he went in the first round, and I think that was properly placed. Even though I think some other guys probably would have been in front of him, but that's for another topic and another story, and we already went through the draft and stuff like that. But yeah, I just think that I'm not sure about him yet. I don't have him too far out of my top 10, but I was debating to pay him in for sure.
Okay.
So, all right, where we at? 3. All right, this is where I have. We got 3 or 4.
I'm at 3.
You just said 4 though, right?
Yeah.
All right, so number 4, I got Marvin Mims here. A guy way higher than you, Ray. I think you had him at 9. I have him at 4 because of potential. I think that he's going to have to be the top target for their quarterback. I'm blanking on his name now too, from Central Florida. I think that he been my guy for a while. He's been my guy for a while, and I just think that last year was kind of a mess at quarterback position, and we all know it. So his production was not as good. And I think he's still, like you said, Ray, he's still one of those he's one of the receivers that probably be way better in the NFL because of his talent, but the team kind of let him down too. So I have him at 4 simply because of what I think he could be. But I understand where you're coming from a lot of his negatives too, right? So. All right, number 3, I have Keyshawn Bouette right here as well. Just like you said, Ray, low production but high touchdown rate, and I think that's going to translate. That usually translate well when you have a guy that don't get a lot of balls but a lot of touchdowns, and then kind of evens out the next year. I like their quarterback this year. I think that he's going to be a good to solid QB. I think that LSU is going to be a better team this year. I really do. So, yeah. So
worse than they were last year, right?
Yeah. They're gonna be. I think they're gonna be good. I think the defense is gonna be better than we think as well. And we already kind of talked about that before, Ray, with LSU. They're gonna be a better team than most people think, and they're kind of sneaking under the radar a little bit, which is good for them. So, all right, Ray, who you got 3?
I have Jordan Addison at number 3.
Yeah, I got him way higher. Not way higher, but higher.
No, I like Addison. I have him at number 3. I think he's a good football player.
Okay.
I thought about putting him in. I thought about putting him at number 2, but I got him at number 3. So
okay. Ray, I'm gonna get some slack on this because I got 2 players at number 2 that are from Ohio State, and that is Jackson Smith, Ajaba. And the reason why I couldn't put him at number 1, although he was very productive and he looked good and he might be the best wide receiver here, but it was 2 other guys there, and he was able to have more freedom with 2 drafted guys. I'm blanking on their names at the moment, but yeah, I do like this was one I kind of went back and forth with, honestly, because Jackson Smith Ajaba, if I'm saying his last name right, really good guy, and I know you guys are gonna be like, oh, you're a Ohio State hater, and you still got him on top 2. Both these players are top 2, okay? I can't be that much of a hater, but I want to see how he does because again, Ohio State has a lot of good receivers, and there might be different receivers that emerge other than him. So, and he was the 3rd guy last year, so yeah, his production is gonna look a lot better when you're the 3rd guy as opposed to the number 1 guy, and people kind of know who he is now. So I want to see how that plays out. I really do. I still think he's very productive. I think he's really good. He's gonna be one of the top receivers coming out in the draft. So no hate in that aspect. I just don't know if I want to put him number 1 yet. So.
Okay, well, at number 2. I have Cedric Tillman from Tennessee. I like him a lot, man. I think he's a good football player. I think playing in Lane Kiffin's offense is going to frame up to do a lot of different things, both over the top and underneath. I'm a big fan. I think I
underrated him because I don't have him in my top 10, and I think I just overlooked him, honestly.
I think if you look at the wide receivers that are in college football this year, man, really going to be an exciting season. It really is.
Hey, Ray, and honestly, and I think that's why our list is so different too, because this wide receiver pool is
crazy, man.
It's really deep.
It's that position now. Like, I know everyone wants to be the quarterback. Quarterbacks are the number 1 most important position on the field. But after offensive lineman, wide receiver is the position, man. It's just that.
100% agree. 100% agree. Yeah, this position is. I mean, the last few years is just insane how many wide receivers it is. It just.
I mean, you look at on offense, quarterback, offensive line, wide receiver. If you're recruiting or drafting players at those positions, you're probably going to be good. Of course, yeah, you got to add edge defenders, you got to add corners also, but on offense, they're the positions.
Yeah, and I heard this on ESPN by Roger Griffin III, and I totally agree with this, and I really do. And since I've been in Georgia, it's been that much more prevalent that these 707s are meant for these wide receivers. So
of course
they're able to go out and the cornerbacks. Don't get me wrong with the cornerbacks. They're able to get a lot more play too. But these 707s are allowing these wide receivers to get better and better each year because it's the only position that they're able to still do what they do if they was on the field, except the fact that they don't have pads on. But they're still getting coverage. They're still getting thrown by a quarterback. And there's so much of the 707s now that these receivers are polishing their game throughout the year now. Before, I think it was like there wasn't as many 707s. There wasn't, and just being in Georgia now, I'm just seeing so many 707s. Like, Ray, I can't tell you how many 707s we've been on since we've been down here this summer. Mm-hmm. And it's literally the position that I think grows the most. So I think that is what you're starting to see with these receivers. They're getting a lot more reps. They're getting a lot more better. Obviously, it's the sexy position. But you see how I pick quotes because I'm a cornerback. But anyway, I think they're getting the most work, and they're able to show off, increase, like help their route running, help their catching, things like that. And there's a lot more receiver coaches out there as well. So I just think that the receiver position has just been booming because of these kind of things.
I mean, honestly, what receivers are getting done right now? They're getting paid, man. These guys are making big time money now, man. It's crazy.
No, I agree. I
mean, we all know about how overpaid quarterbacks are.
Yeah.
But the wide receivers are making a lot of money this year. I mean, I would love to. Can't wait to listen to the Inside the Hashes tomorrow to talk about how Kyler Murray is maybe the most overrated paid player in the league now. But that's besides.
That's going to be interesting to see what those guys talk about tomorrow. Because me and Ray
can I just say this? Pay him $46 million. What has he done? What's he done?
That's crazy. But all right, let's get to our last.
Except for fade in the stretch of the last 2 seasons, what has he done?
Yeah, he definitely struggled out D-Hop. I'm not gonna lie, he definitely struggled out on.
Yeah.
But
can't wait for that conversation.
Speaking of wide receivers and D-Hop and stuff like that, let's get to our number 1 guy in the college football ranks. I'm gonna say now, Ray, I got Jordan Addison, USC. Same reasons I said earlier: the quarterback position, the coach, I just think that's why I have Caleb Williams at where I have him, because of his wide receivers. I have both of them at number. I have both of them in my top 10. One of them is my number 1 guy. I think Jordan Addison is going to. I hate to say this because I do like. I keep blanking on his name. I'm bad with names, guys. I'm sorry. The quarterback that just got drafted by the Steelers.
Pickett.
Pickett, yes. Yeah. Kenny Pickett. I think he's gonna be better with Caleb Williams than he was with Pickett, and I like Pickett. But I just feel like Caleb Williams fit what he needs to do a little bit more as a receiver.
So, I think that Jordan Addison is a good football player. I think that it's funny. I hate USC with a passion. I hated them since I was a kid, so that's never going to leave me. I kind of feel sorry for them the last few years. I mean, they haven't really been relevant since people left. But I don't think that their offensive line is going to allow them to do what everybody thinks they're going to do. That's all.
I agree that
they are in a weak conference though. So for one,
that's so tough. That's true too. All right, who you got at number 1?
Jackson Smith-Njigba from Ohio State. I mean,
I don't hate that pick.
I mean, you can't. I mean, the production is just ridiculous. So
yeah.
I mean, you could argue that Addison's production was ridiculous too, and it was. Yeah. But again, you played in Pittsburgh where Kenny Pickett was very good last year. I'm not a fan. I don't think he's going to be a great pro. I think his name is Pickett. So.
You're the only one I heard did that comparison. That's hilarious.
But anyway, I think that Addison is a talented player, and we all know that the coach is a good offensive mind. Yeah. I just need to see him be a good head coach before I can say, yeah, they're going to do this and they're going to do that. That's all.
I hear you. Well, that's going to do it for us today, guys. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode. It was definitely fun talking about it. Make sure you go check us out on our social media. Inside the Hashes at Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Make sure you go check us out on our YouTube channel. If you're too shy to put in your comment today, because I know I seen a couple of you guys in here. I seen y'all in here. And I didn't want to comment. It's okay. It's okay. Y'all want to comment later on? You can. We do answer everybody that comments on here. So make sure you put your comment on our YouTube channel. Like and subscribe so you know when we do go live. And I definitely think you should hit that notification button because we got the NFL podcast, which is usually on Thursdays. So hopefully we still do it tomorrow around, I believe, 6 o'clock Eastern time. So if you come in and you want to watch that, make sure you hit that notification bell so you can know when they're live because they're going to have some good stuff talking about, Kyler Murray, some of these uniforms that have been going on, some of these great things. So
you know who's really happy about Kyler Murray getting signed, though? Lamar Jackson.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%.
He's very happy. He's like, I was a league MVP, man. What this guy done? Pay me.
Lamar Jackson is licking his chops. I'm just saying.
He's gonna get paid. Pay me now, man. You know what? You better hope if you don't pay me that if I go into the playoffs and make some noise this year, I mean, I had to back up a Brinks truck.
Oh yeah.
You know?
You're gonna have to him and Patrick Mahomes gonna have a talk.
Well, the funny thing about it is that, like, you saw when they had Joe Flacco, they did that to themselves. They let him play out his option. We weren't sure about him, and then he wins the Super Bowl, and they really have not been a contender since that.
Yeah, I mean, because they had to pay.
They're good every year. Don't get me wrong. They're a well-run team.
Yeah.
Good coach, solid players, basically on both sides of the ball.
Crazy good defense usually.
But it did take him a little while to get that roster built back up because when you overpay your quarterback, which we know, it can really make you struggle with the cap. So
yeah, and some of the players that they've been getting lately.
Yeah, their drafts have been, but they're always solid though. I mean, they usually don't miss on too many players, especially early on. They usually do a pretty good job. I'm a fan of the way the Ravens run their team. I'm not a fan of them because they seem to beat up Miami every time they play us.
They beat up on everybody, Ray. It's okay.
Yeah, well, I don't like it though.
No, I hear you. Hey, at least tell us to the Browns fans, man.
What a shame for them Browns fans.
Man. But that's going to do it for us today, guys. I'm your host, Jerome Jones. That is Ray Roberts right over there. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. Again, make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Make sure you check us out all on those platforms because we got some great stuff coming up. So that's going to do it for us today, guys. See you next week. Be safe. It's a little bit closer to some college football, man. Just a little bit closer. And next week, make sure you tune in with us next week because we're going to talk running backs and tight ends as well. So thank you guys so much. Peace out. Have a good one.